enthalpies of all the intermediate reactions into which the overall reaction may be divided at the same temperature. So I'll do it as 3 by 2. So 3 from here, 1 from here, 4, it is balanced. For this I need to calculate delta H naught. Okay, what is given? So I want carbon and hydrogen on my reactant side. So equation 1 and equation 2, I'll keep it as it is. When I reverse the equation, the value also will reverse, that's all. I need carbon dioxide and water on the product side and it is there on the product side. So 2 and 3, I'll keep it as it is. Hello my dear students, welcome back to session 6 on the chapter thermodynamics. Last class we studied about the enthalpies of different types of reaction. We learnt about enthalpy of phase transformation reactions. We also learnt about the enthalpy of atomization, bond enthalpy. Then we have learnt about bond dissociation enthalpy, bond mean enthalpy. Isn't it? So we studied about the enthalpies of different types of reaction. Today we are going to learn about Hess's law. So what is Hess's law and what is its application? And we will also solve some of the problems based on Hess's law. So first we have, what does Hess's law of constant heat summation tell? It says that if a reaction takes place in several steps, then its standard reaction enthalpy is the sum of standard enthalpies of all the intermediate reactions into which the overall reaction may be divided at the same temperature. Or one more statement is, the heat change that takes place in a chemical reaction is independent of the time taken and number of intermediate steps. So what is the meaning of Hess's law? Now for example, if a reaction, you have an overall reaction. For that, if you want to find out the standard enthalpy, you can either calculate by adding the standard enthalpies of all the intermediate steps. To understand better, I shall explain with an example which will be much clearer for you all to understand this particular law. Okay, so what is the importance of this law? We can calculate the enthalpies of those reactions whose enthalpy determination is not possible practically also. What is it? Practically we cannot find out the enthalpy of that reaction, but using Hess's law we can calculate the enthalpy. How exactly and what does exactly Hess's law mean? We'll understand by taking this example. For example, I have taken carbon, graphite in solid state plus half O2, that is 1 oxygen atom in gaseous state forms carbon monoxide. I want to find out the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide. What is it? I want to calculate the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide. Now, how can I do this? Now, we know that formation of carbon dioxide is very easy. Okay, enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide, okay, is minus 395.5 kilojoules per mole. Also, when carbon monoxide reacts with oxygen, okay, it will form carbon dioxide and the enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide from carbon monoxide is minus 283 kilojoule per mole. So what is it? I will write it here. I have carbon solid state plus oxygen giving carbon dioxide. This is in gaseous state. This also is in gaseous state. And enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide is minus 393.5 kilojoules per mole. Okay. And when carbon monoxide gas reacts with one more oxygen atom, that is half oxygen atom, to form carbon dioxide gas, delta H naught standard enthalpy is minus 283 kilojoules. Okay. Now I know these two equations or reactions and I know the enthalpy, standard enthalpies of these two reaction, and this is feasible reaction. I can calculate this very easily, and this is standard conditions as well. Now what I need, this is the value I need, that is delta HF of formation of carbon monoxide. But I have both for carbon dioxide. So how will I get carbon monoxide? First see the reactant side. I want carbon and oxygen. So I want carbon and half oxygen I want. Okay. Add up these two reactions. I don't want carbon monoxide and O2 here. So what I will do is, carbon monoxide I want it on the product side. So I'll take this reaction and I'll reverse this. What I'll do? I will reverse this. When I reverse the equation, the value also will reverse. That's all. Delta H naught value will be reversed. So now I'll reverse this equation. So I'll consider this is equation 1 just for our convenience. This is equation 2. Now I'll reverse the equation 2. Reverse equation 2. Okay. So I will get carbon dioxide gaseous state giving carbon monoxide gaseous state plus half O2, again gaseous state. So what will be delta H naught for this? It will be plus 283.0 kilojoules. Okay. This I will take it as equation 3 now. Now equation 1 plus equation 3 I have to do. What is it? Equation 1 plus equation 3 I'll have to do. So I'll write it over here. Okay. Equation 1, carbon. So I don't have carbon anywhere. So I'll write it as it is. Plus. Okay. Now see equation 1 O2. Here half O2. So what happens is, this half O2 gets cancelled. With one half O2, one more half O2 will remain. So half O2 is the one which is remaining. Correct? Rest nothing is there to get cancelled. Now on the product side I have to see equation 1 and equation 3, carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide is getting cancelled. Because one is there on the product side, one is there on the reactant side. It gets cancelled. Now what is remaining? Only carbon monoxide is remaining. Now you compare this equation with the required equation. Isn't it same? Yes? Correct? So what will be the delta H? Again equation 1 plus equation 3 delta H naught I have to take. Delta H naught for formation of carbon monoxide is minus 393.5 plus 283.0. This will be delta H naught for formation of carbon monoxide. And the value is what? Minus 110.5 kilojoules per mole. So this reaction was not feasible at all. Okay. But then I could calculate the enthalpy of this reaction, standard enthalpy, by using the standard enthalpies of the reaction which was possible and which we knew, that is the formation of carbon dioxide from graphite and formation of carbon dioxide from carbon monoxide and oxygen. So I hope you have understood this. What you need to know is, you need to know what is the required equation, and you should have the data, okay, of standard enthalpies of few reactions, so that you will come to the required reaction. So Hess's law, what does it tell? I'll repeat once again. The enthalpy change is the same if the reaction is taking place in a single step or in several steps. Or I can tell the standard enthalpies of the overall reaction I can get by adding the standard enthalpies of the intermediate reaction, provided it takes place at the same temperature. Okay. So this is Hess's law. So we'll solve some numericals based on Hess's law. For those who are still confused, okay, and this is not clear, we'll solve one or two problems, by the end of which you will get a complete gist of it. So don't get disappointed if still you are not finding this concept very easy. Okay. So we'll solve one more problem. We shall solve first problem. Calculate the enthalpy of formation of methane from the following data. So these are the equations which is given. I have to calculate the formation of methane enthalpy. Okay. So first I will write the required equation. Required equation is carbon solid state. I require 2 hydrogen which is in the gaseous state to form CH4 which is in the gaseous state. Delta H naught I'll have to calculate. Okay. Now if I look into the equation and the required equation, I'll get to know what I have to keep, which equations I have to keep it as it is, which are the equations I need to reverse. Okay. Now I have carbon and hydrogen here. So I need, on the reactant side, I need carbon and hydrogen. So I have carbon in the reactant side. So equation 1, this I'll consider as 1, this as 2 and this as 3. Okay. So equation 1 will remain as it is. Equation 2, hydrogen also I require in the reactant side, so it will remain as it is. Okay. Equation 3, I want methane on the product side, but it is there on the reactant side, so I'll have to reverse. Okay. Also, observe, I require 2 hydrogen atom, here only 1 hydrogen molecule is there. Here I require 2 hydrogen molecules. Here I require have only 1. So this equation I have to multiply into 2. Okay. So now I will write first equation 1 as it is. Equation 2 I have to multiply into 2 and write. And equation 3 I'll have to reverse and write. Okay. So I'll write equation 1 as it is. That is carbon solid O2 gaseous giving carbon dioxide, that is a gas, and delta H naught is minus 393.5 kilojoules. Okay. Equation 1 I have written as it is. Equation 2 what I have to do? I have to multiply into 2 and write. So equation 2 is 2H2 gas plus half into 2. What happens? 2 and 2 gets cancelled. I'll get O2 gas giving 2H2O which is a liquid. Okay. And delta H naught is equal to minus, this when I multiply into 2, I'll get 571.66 kilojoules. Okay. Now equation 3 what I have to do? I have to reverse and write. So I shall reverse the equation 3 and write. So equation 3 when I reverse, what will come? These two will come on the reactant side. So it is CO2 plus 2H2O, and reactants will come onto the product side, that is methane plus 2O2. And what happens to delta H naught? It is plus, minus here, it will become plus. So it becomes plus 890 kilojoules. Always remember, when I reverse the equation, if delta H naught value is negative, it becomes positive. If it is positive, it will become negative. Now what I have to do? Now I have to add all these 3 equations. Okay. So I shall add the 3 equations and see whether I'll get the required equation. See, carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide gets cancelled. O2, O2, 2 molecules of oxygen and 2 molecules of oxygen gets cancelled. 2 water molecules and 2 water molecules gets cancelled. So what you have is carbon solid state plus 2H2 in the gaseous state is giving CH4 in the gaseous state. So did I get the required equation? Perfectly matching. What do I have to do with the delta H naught values? I have to just add up all of these, that is minus 393.5 plus minus 571.66 plus 890, which will be equal to minus 75.16 kilojoules. So this is the answer what you require. Okay. So I hope you have understood how to solve this problem. It is very easy if you have understood what is the required equation. Okay. So shall we solve one more problem similarly? Second problem, calculate the enthalpy of combustion of benzene given that enthalpy of formation of benzene, carbon dioxide and water is 48.51 kilojoules, minus 393.5 kilojoules and minus 285.83 kilojoules respectively. Here equations are not given, you are supposed to write the equations. Okay, so what are we supposed to calculate? I'll write the required equation. Combustion of benzene. C6H6 is benzene and benzene is a liquid plus O2 which is gas. Combustion means everything is going to get converted to carbon dioxide and water. Okay, water is a liquid, carbon dioxide is a gas. Now balancing I need to do. So here it will be 6, here it will be 3. So 6 2s are 12, 13, 14, 15 oxygen atoms are required. So I'll write it as 15 by 2. Okay. Now for this equation, what do I want to calculate? Delta H naught. This is the required equation. Now which are the equations which is given to us? We'll write given equations. Formation of benzene. Benzene is C6H6. So I require 6 carbon atoms. Hydrogen standard state is gas. So H2 gas. How many hydrogen atoms? 6 hydrogen I want. So I have 2 here. 3 2s are 6. So this will form C6H6 in the liquid state. And delta H naught for this is given already. That is 48.51 kilojoules. Okay. Next, what is given? Enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide. Carbon solid state, oxygen gaseous state gives carbon dioxide in the gaseous state, and delta H naught for this is minus 393.5 kilojoules. Okay. Then enthalpy of formation of water. Water, hydrogen gaseous state, oxygen gaseous state, H2O I require, which is in the liquid state. Now here only one oxygen atom I require, so I'll put half here. Okay. And H naught is minus 285.83 kilojoules. Now this is all what is given to us. From this I need to calculate the required equation. So what I need to do? I need C6H6 on my which side? On the reactant side, but it's there on the product side. So this is equation 1 if I take. This is 2 and this is 3. Equation 1 I have to reverse. Correct? Then I need carbon dioxide and water on the product side and it is there on the product side. So 2 and 3 I'll keep it as it is. Also, I require 6 carbon dioxide and 3 water molecules. So I'll have to multiply equation 2 into 6 and equation 3 into 3 I have to do. Okay. So what am I going to do? I will write again. Okay. First equation, reverse. Second equation into 6 I have to do. Third equation into, I'll write it off, this into 6 I have to do. Third equation into 3 I'll have to do. Okay. So shall we write the equations now? So when I reverse the equation 1, what I'm doing? I'm reversing the equation 1. I'll get C6H6 liquid to give 6 carbon solid plus 3H2 which is a gas and delta H naught. You can see here it is 48.51 kilojoules. So here it will be, I've reversed, minus 48.51 kilojoules. Correct? equation 2, what I have to do? I have to multiply into 6. So it is 6 carbon solid plus 6 O2 gas giving 6 CO2. Okay. And delta H naught value will be, this is minus 393.5 kilojoule into 6 I have to do, which is equal to minus 2361 kilojoules. Okay. Now equation 3 what I have to do? Into 3 I have to do. So it will be 3H2 plus 3 by 2 O2. Okay. Because half O2 was there. Half into 3 it becomes 3 by 2. Okay. And 3H2O. And delta H naught is equal to, you have to multiply minus 285.83 into 3, which will be equal to minus 857.49. So what is it? Minus 857.49 kilojoules. Okay. So now when I add all of this, we'll see whether we are going to get the correct equation. Okay. So here adding up 3H2 and 3H2 gets cancelled. Then we have 6 carbon and 6 carbon gets cancelled. Okay. Then what else is there? I have to add up now. C6H6 plus 6 plus 3 by 2. 6 plus 3 by 2 O2. Okay. Giving 6 CO2 plus 3 H2O. Now this is what common LCM 2. 12 plus 3 is 15. So this will be C6H6 plus 15 by 2 O2, which will give 6 CO2 plus 3 H2O. This is a liquid, this is a gas, and this is a liquid. Okay. I need to write that. It's very important to write it down. Here also I need to write it. Okay. Okay. Now what about the delta H naught values? To just add up. Add up all of this. What is the answer you will get? It is minus 3267 kilojoule per mole. Minus 3267 kilojoule per mole. Okay. So this is how you solve the problems. There's one more to solve for us. Shall we do it? Third problem is calculate the enthalpy of combustion of methyl alcohol from the following data. So they have given enthalpy of formation of water, carbon dioxide and methanol they have given. You are supposed to find out the enthalpy of combustion of methyl alcohol. Okay. So the required equation I will write first. Required equation. Okay. It is CH3OH. So combustion CH3OH plus O2. I will get carbon dioxide and water. So I have how many carbon dioxide? 1. So 1 is done. Hydrogen 2 are there. So 2. And balance the oxygen here. So here oxygen, if you see 2 plus 2, 4 is there. But here I have 1 and 2 from here. So I will do it as 3 by 2. So 3 from here, 1 from here, 4, it is balanced. For this I need to calculate delta H naught. Okay. What is given? Formation of water, carbon dioxide and methanol is given. Okay. So I'll write all of this, what is given equation, and then we'll see what we need to reverse and write the required equation. Okay. So first I will write given equations. Carbon plus oxygen giving carbon dioxide. This is a gas. This also is a gas. And it is also given that hydrogen plus half oxygen, if I do, I'm going to get water, H2O, which is a liquid, and also one more equation which is given as carbon, okay, solid plus 2H2, which is a gas, and half O2, which is a gas, which reacts to form CH3OH, which is a liquid. Correct, no? One carbon atom, 2 2s are 4, 4 hydrogen atom, 1 oxygen atom. And for this, all delta H naughts are given. That is, so the first one, what is given? Delta H naught is equal to minus 393.5 kilojoules. For this, delta H naught is equal to minus 285.83 kilojoules. And for this one, delta H naught was given as minus 238.86 kilojoules. Okay. Now, what I require? In my required equation, CH3OH is on the other side. So, equation 3, this I need to reverse. Okay, this is 2 and this is 1. And then what else I require? I require formation of carbon dioxide and water, which is already there. But how many molecules of carbon dioxide? Only one molecule of carbon dioxide. But water should be 2 molecules. So, equation 2 I have to multiply into 2. This whole equation I have to multiply into 2. Okay. So, we will see whether we are going to get the required equation once we do it. So, what I am going to do? Equation 1 plus equation 2 into 2 plus I have to reverse equation 3. Okay. So, I shall do this. So, equation 1 I am going to write it as it is. Equation 2, when I multiply into 2, I will get it as 2H2 plus O2. I will get 2H2O and delta H naught is into 2 I have to do, which is equal to minus 575.66 kilojoules, which is equal to minus 571.66 kilojoules. Now, equation 3, what I need to do? I need to reverse and write. So, reversing that, CH3OH will form carbon solid 2H2 gas plus half O2, which is a gas. And delta H naught will become, it is minus, it becomes plus 238.86 kilojoules. Now, I will add all of these equations and see whether I will get the required equation. So, we will see what gets cancelled. Carbon, carbon gets cancelled. Then we have O2 and O2. See, 2 molecules and half molecule is there. So, 2 molecules of O2, from that half if I take, what will remain? I have 3 by 2 O2. So, this will get cancelled with half of this. 1 plus half is 3 by 2. That is how we can calculate. So, I have 3 by 2 O2 which will remain. Okay. Then, what else we have? Hydrogen and hydrogen gets cancelled. Okay. Now, I have the remaining, that is CH3OH with oxygen. You get carbon dioxide and 2H2O. So, have you got a balanced equation? Yes. So, delta H naught will be what? You have to add all of this. So, what is the value you will get if you add it? You will get the answer as minus 726.3 kilojoules per mole. This is how you solve these problems. So, I hope you have understood how to solve all of these. So, next class, we will be learning about spontaneity of a system, non-spontaneous process, and about entropy of a reaction. So, I hope you have understood today's class. Thank you, my dear children. Stay tuned, stay focused.